Hello and welcome to Create Crochet with me, Rebecca. In today's video we're going to do the spike stitch. It's really easy. You just need to be aware of your rows and where you're putting your spikes. This is one that I've done in a multitude of colours. I'm going to show you how to do it in just two simple colours. I'll teach you how to do the spike and how to change colours, etc. I'll see you in a minute. So to make your spike stitch crochet, you're going to need a couple of things just to make your life really easy. Obviously the right sized hook for your yarn, a stitch marker. Now this can be any kind of stitch marker like this, or a scrap piece of different colour yarn to the yarn that you're working with, a line counter and some scissors just to cut off your colours. So let's go ahead and get making. So I'm going to start off with this really nice dark blue colour, and to get your work going you're going to need to make a foundation chain. So making a slip knot, you're going to chain to the count of 6s. Okay, so however long you are going to make your foundation chain, count in 6s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now I'm going to stop there because this is only going to be a sample piece. I'm sure yours is going to be a lot bigger. Or start off with the trial piece just so you know what you're doing. So once you've crocheted to the count of 6s, chain an extra 1. That's just for your first single crochet. And then you're going to go ahead and start single crocheting into each chain across. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit, see if my camera will take it. It's not the best light today. So I'm going to go into this chain here, put my hook straight in, yarn over and pull through your work. So you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and come through 2 into this next chain. And just all the way along. And again, if you're being really savvy, when you go back along your chain, you'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just to make sure that you have the right amount of single crochets going into the next row. And what we need to do to start off with is we need to make a first block of colour so that when we do the spikes they come down to the right amount, and I'll show you what I mean when we actually get to the spikes. So going all the way across, nearly there. Trying not to miss any of these chains as you go in. And there we are at this last one. And this is where your stitch counter is going to come into its own. So I've just done 1, put it down, chain 1 because that's the height of your single crochet. I'm going to zoom out a little bit now. So once you've chained 1, turn your work. Now it does look like a wiggly worm right now. That's absolutely fine. You've got it spot on. Your work will naturally want to curve. If it doesn't, it's not a big deal. So now we need to go back along our single crochets. So that was row 1, and we're going to go into this first part here. And I'm actually going to count in my 6s right now. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And when I go through, I'm going through both loops of the previous rows single crochet. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm on the mini with my 6. So that was row 2. You need to carry on and make sure that you have 6 rows in total. I'll catch you up in a second. So I've come all the way along and I've just finished my last single crochet, and this is where I'm going to introduce my next colour to do the spikes. So I've already made my slip knot on the white. I'm just going to introduce that onto the hook. I'm going to pull it through the blue and just do a normal chain 1. These two ends here I'm going to tie together just for added security and making sure that the work doesn't pull apart later on. And then I'm just going to snip this blue part off. So turn your work. Now this is where your stitch marker comes into play. So you're going to do your first single crochet as normal. Okay? With your stitch marker, you're going to count along 6 of the previous rows single crochet. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's in this 6 that you're going to put your stitch marker. Now you don't have to do that, but I find that very, very useful. So, how to create your spikes. So you see how we've just gone into the single crochet from the previous round. Now you're going to start coming into your work. So you're going to go into here, which is just under that single crochet there. So in here, and you're going to go through the work and pull up a loop. You're going to get that loop to the height of your work and complete your single crochet. Now you're going to come down to the line below. So this line here, you're going to go in here. So in there, whoops, and pull up a loop to the height of your work and finish off your single crochet, and that's your second spike. So your third spike is going to come along the same row and drop down 1. So you're always coming along and dropping down. So in here for your third spike, and we're going to do 4 in total. So the next one would be here, and then your last one is right down here, so right at the bottom of your work. Pull up to the height of your work and again complete the single crochet as normal, and then where your stitch marker is where the single crochet as normal goes. Okay, so we'll do that again. So you're going to come across 1, 2, 3. Let me straighten that out a little bit so you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's on the 6th that you put your stitch marker. So we've just put our single crochet in there. You're then going to come down to here, which is just below the next single crochet. So you come along, and that would be the next one along, but you're going to drop down 1. To there. So your next one along would be here, and you're going to drop down 1. And put your next spike in there. Just take out some more yarn. You're going to drop down to this one. For spike number 4, and then the last one is right down the bottom. And then your single crochet goes in there. Now I know that this is my last 6, so I can take out my stitch marker. So I'm going to go in here, across and down, in there. Be careful of your tension as well along here, because sometimes these can end up quite baggy, so just be aware of that. So that was spike number 2. Spike number 3 would be across and down. For number 3, across and down for number 4, and then your last one is right down the bottom. Whoops. And then your last single crochet in the last single crochet of the previous row. And that is your spikes. Bringing back your stitch marker, your line counter, and off we go again. It is worth counting your 6s in this row, because sometimes it's quite easy to add or take away a stitch when you're doing it here. So let's just check mine, and I bet you that I have added a stitch along the way. I don't know how I managed to do that. I'm just taking out more yarn, but I do, because I'm clever. So in here, and this is just a normal row. So this is my first row that I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've got 3 left and I should only have 2. So I'm going to do a single crochet decrease. Now how you do a single crochet decrease is you go in, pull up a loop, don't finish the stitch, into the next one, pull up a loop, yarn over and come through 3. And I'm going to go ahead and check that I have my 6 on this round. So this is my row 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Winner. So the premise of the pattern is you have a block colour of 6 rows. Then you change your colour and you do a single crochet, 5 spikes, single crochet, 5 spikes, single crochet, 5 spikes, single crochet. Then you do 6 rounds of the next colour, change colour, and off you go again. And that is how to do the spike stitch. Thanks for watching. I'd really like to see you on the Facebook page and on our Instagram page. See you in the next video.